In our last message, we talked about the power of a sacrificial seed. But today, let's broaden your understanding.
Because sometimes what opens heaven isn't how long you prayed, knowing it's what you laid on the altar. Abraham prayed,
but covenant came when he gave. The seed spoke louder than his lips. When prayer stops speaking, your seed starts talking.
and God listens differently when it costs you something. Heaven doesn't respond to comfort. Heaven responds to sacrifice.
If what you're giving doesn't move you, it won't move God. The seed isn't about money, it's about obedience. Because sometimes
God is testing your heart, not your wallet. When your seed leaves your hand, it doesn't leave your life ducker, it enters your future. But only Abel's seed cried out and reached God. It wasn't about the size, it was about the sincerity. God smells the motive before he sees the money. You can't fake a sacrifice. The altar recognizes pain. Your seed carries tears, and tears never dry in God's memory. When next you are praying for open doors, ask yourself, what seed have I sown that can speak when I'm silent? Some doors needs a voice, louder than your voice. That's where your sacrifice comes in. Don't silence your destiny by withholding your seed. Hebrews 11. By faith, Abel offered a better sacrifice. We've talked about sacrifice. We've talked about his voice. Now let's talk about his reward. When Noah gave, rain stopped. When Solomon gave, wisdom came. When Jesus gave, salvation was born. Every seed is a prophecy of what's to come, but only if it dies first. That's why giving hurts, because the seed must die before it multiplies. Don't curse your seed because of delay. Even buried seeds grow in silence. Heaven doesn't forget sacrifice. God records every drop of pain you turn into obedience. Your seed might leave your hand, but it never leaves God's heart. One day, you'll stand where your sacrifice once knelt. Keep sowing even when it hurts. For pain today is plenty tomorrow. And remember, prayer may move your lips, but sacrifice moves your destiny. John 12:24. Unless a grain of wheat falls and dies, it remains alone. These are natural laws. You see, ritualists offer goats and blood to demons for power, yet believers with divine truth fear parting with money. Beloved, how can darkness understand sacrifice better than light? How can sinners give boldly while saints give sparingly? Your seed is proof that you trust God more than your resources. Until you give something that pains you, your faith remains theory. Don't forget the man in scripture who stored his riches and said, "My soul, eat and be merry." God called him a fool. Because life is not measured by accumulation but by contribution. You take nothing with you when you leave. Never forget that. The law of giving and receiving is eternal. What you release multiplies, what you hoard decays. Heaven records your pain and rewards your persistence. God never forgets what cost you everything. So give, not because you want to impress heaven, but because you understand its laws. Galatians 6:7. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Be wise, brethren. This is Treasures Assembly. We tell you the mind of God, and I am Minister Leopeter, God's own evidence. Remain blessed.